All right, let's dive into something that might sound a little backwards. The idea that storage isn't the solution to your clutter. In fact, it might just be the problem. We're going to spend the next few minutes unpacking why that thing you keep buying to fix the mess might actually be making it worse.
So, let me ask you something. Have you ever spent an entire weekend, a whole weekend, organizing everything, only to turn around a few days later and see the mess creeping back in? It's like this never-ending cycle, right? You feel like you're fighting a battle you just can't win.
And what's our first instinct when that clutter comes back? We think, I just need more storage. So we run to the store for more boxes, maybe some of those cool-looking shelves, some fancy dividers. We tell ourselves, if I can just find the perfect way to contain all this stuff, then I'll be organized for good.
But what if that whole approach is just plain wrong? This is where Marie Kondo comes in with a really powerful way of looking at it. She says these solutions are actually just prisons. Prisons where we bury the stuff that doesn't even make us happy. Think about that for a second. We're not solving the problem, we're just hiding it. We're burying it alive.
Okay, so if running out to buy more bins as a trap, what's the secret? Well, it all comes down to one single fundamental rule: a home for everything. And I mean everything. And here's how this looks in the real world. This is literally Marie Kondo's personal 5-minute routine. Now, some of this might sound a little out there, like greeting your home or thanking your items. But look past that for a second at the core idea. Empty your handbag. Put away your clothes. Put every single item back in its designated spot. Because everything has a spot, tidying isn't some big, scary chore anymore. It becomes this easy, automatic habit you do every day without even thinking. You know, this really gets to the root of why that mess always comes back. It's because of the item without a home. Just think about it. You have a perfectly clean kitchen counter, and you drop one piece of mail on it. Just one. Before you know it, that piece of mail has invited its friends to the party. Your keys, a book, that coffee mug from this morning, it's like they all gather round. That one homeless item is a magnet for more clutter. That's why every single thing needs a place to live. All right, let's tackle our first big myth. The idea that the goal is to have really clever storage solutions. So there's this great story from the book. The author is helping a client and finds this old turntable, like a Lazy Susan. And she has this aha moment, a brilliant idea. She's going to use it for all the salad dressing bottles in the cupboard. You can just picture it, right? Super clever, looks neat. The client was totally amazed. But what happened in reality? Total chaos. Every single time the client spun it, clink, clank, crash. The bottles just slid around and fell over. That super clever solution was actually a complete pain to use. It made things worse, not better. So what was the fix? Something so simple. A plain old square box. That's it. She put the bottles in the box, and suddenly it was 1,000 times easier to use. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't clever, but you know what? It actually worked. Which proves the point. Simple and effective beats complicated and clever every single time. And that really is the secret, isn't it? The goal should be ultimate simplicity. Why? Because when your storage is simple, you can see exactly what you have at a glance. There's no hiding stuff. That awareness is what keeps you from accidentally buying more of what you already own. It's about clarity, not complexity. Okay, on to myth number 2, and this one is a biggie. Please stop buying storage bins before you've even started. This is the golden rule, the most important sequence of events you need to remember. Discard first, store later. Period. If you buy the bins first, all you're doing is getting really good at organizing stuff you probably don't even need or want. You have to get rid of things first. And when you do finally get to the storing part, what should you use? Well, you probably have a whole collection of the perfect tool already, a simple shoebox. Seriously. Shoeboxes are storage superstars. They're perfect for rolling up socks, organizing shampoo bottles under the sink, keeping cleaning supplies together. You can even use them as dividers in your kitchen drawers for spices or utensils. You literally don't have to buy a single new thing. So let's bring this all together and talk about the real power of simplicity. Now here's a really simple shift that can change everything. Stop stacking and start storing vertically. Think about a stack of t-shirts. The ones on the bottom get crushed, you can't see them, you completely forget they exist. But if you fold them and store them vertically in a drawer like little files, suddenly you can see everything. Nothing gets crushed, and you immediately notice if the drawer is getting too full. It's about keeping everything visible and respected.
And this idea of simplicity leads to another really interesting concept called visual noise. What's that? It's all the words and logos and brand names screaming at you from all the packaging in your house, even inside your own closets and cupboards. Every time you open a door, your brain sees 50% more or new and improved, and it has to process that information. It creates this low-level mental static that just drains your energy. And the fix is so easy. Just peel off the labels, take things out of their busy packaging. When you get rid of all that extra text, you're not just making your shelves look nicer, you're literally quieting your mind. The result is a space that just feels instantly more peaceful and comfortable. Which leads us to this whole new way of thinking about storage. It's not about logistics, it's not about hiding your stuff away. It's something much more meaningful. As the book puts it, it's the sacred act of choosing a home for the belongings you truly want to keep in your life. So I want to leave you with this one last question to think about. When you look around at your own storage, your shelves, your closets, your boxes, is it making your house feel more like a true home? Or have you just gotten really good at organizing a very neat and tidy storage shed? The answer to that question, well, it could change everything for you.